Alright, gonna do a quick unboxing. This is CanaKit Raspberry Pi starter kit from Amazon. 119. Comes with everything you need to get started in Raspberry Pi. Comes with some nice additional things as well. As you can see, the fan and some heat sinks. When you're running these 24/7, they do tend to get hot. So there we have the board itself, micro SD adapter, HDMI cord. We've got the heat sinks there attached to the power brick, standard USB-C power brick. And then we have an adapter to add a switch. So that's kind of nice, turn it on and off, pretty easy. Got a little fan and the case all snapped together. This kit came with a 32 gig micro SD card. Plenty for what we're going to be using it for. The Sentinel DVPN requests that you have 20 gigabytes. So we'll have plenty left over with 32. So here you just remove a little adhesive from the heat sinks. Place it on the 3 chips. Exactly where to place is within the manual. Also came with a handy quick guide for the pinouts. This is also included in Pi OS, but we're going to change to Ubuntu, so keep that around. And you just get it under the 2 notches and it'll pop right in. Place the middle container and we're going to attach the fan. Now you can attach the fan to the 3.3 volt rail or the 5 volt rail, depending on how fast you want the fan to run. We're going to use the 5 volt rail since it's going to be under pretty heavy usage. And just attach the power and the ground, and we'll just close it up. And you have it ready to plug in and get to go. Alright, back with another video. Today we're going to talk about installing Ubuntu Headless to Raspberry Pi. First thing we need to do is download Ubuntu. We'll get the Pi version here. Simple Google search. Version we're going to use today is Ubuntu Server 2104. We'll get that downloaded. While that's going, we're going to need to download Etcher. This is what we're going to use to write the image to our SD card. And once we get that downloaded, we're going to install the Etcher program. And we're going to write that to the SD card provided with our CanaKit. So use the SD card reader, load it up, plug it in. Just walk through the Etcher setup. Once you get that set up, we're going to open it up. This is what the etching program looks like. I'm going to choose Flash from File. Go to our downloads. Choose the file we just downloaded. Select the target. And we're going to flash. It's going to have user access control, and you tell it yes, you can. And we'll come back to it once it's done decompressing, writing, and verifying. All right, once that's finished writing, we're gonna, this optional step, go to the system boot. Here you can find network config. Use Visual Studio Code to open it up. And in here you can take a look If you want it to connect to Wi-Fi, or if you want to set a static IP, you can do that here. Just remove the comments, add your home Wi-Fi with some quotation marks and your password. And you can just save that, pull out the SD card, drop it into the Raspberry Pi, and boot it up. That's what we're going to do now. Pause the video and we'll come back once we get the Pi booted up. All right, once it's booted up, you take a moment to grab an IP address. First thing we need to do is find that IP address. You can use IP scanner. The easiest way is just log in your router. In my case, I logged onto my Dream Machine Pro and just search for Ubuntu, which will be named starting out. And then we have the IP .161. We use our PuTTY client here to make a connection to it. First time connecting, so we'll have to accept the key. Login is Ubuntu, and the password is as well. First login, you got to change your password. So we'll provide the current password and create ourselves a new password. It's going to log you out while it restarts the shell with the new password, and we'll just reconnect here. Gotta type it correctly, it helps. And we'll just log back in with our new password we set. So a couple basic things to do, one of which, check your time zone. We'll use time date control, list dash time zone. That's dash time zones, pardon me. And America, New York, where I am. Just make it easy, we'll copy that. And we're going to use set time zone. Now we've got our time zone correctly set. You can install HTTP date if you want it to synchronize, but I'm not going to concern myself with that right now. Next thing we want to do is make sure we update. So first command sudo apt-get update. This is going to pull our repositories and update them. This takes a few moments, not too long. The next command we're going to do sudo apt-get upgrade. That's going to take quite some time. We'll pause the video and let that run. Come back to it when it's completed. We'll do sudo apt-get upgrade. So tell us how much we need. 179 megabytes, not too long. It does take some time to install. So we'll just say yes. Gonna let that ride. We're gonna pause the video, come back when it's completed. All right, when you get to the end of the update, it's going to ask you what services to restart. We're just going to restart the selected ones because we're going to do apt-get remove, auto remove to clean up packages, unnecessary packages. Then we're going to reboot this device. So all our services are going to restart anyway. So the last part of updating is sudo apt-get auto remove. And like I said, this is going to get anything That's dormant, out of there. And then we're going to reboot the device. Give that a minute or two to start up, and we'll come back. All right, so we're back online. Last thing we're going to do is check our file system. Log in. We're going to sudo fdisk -L. So we got two partitions. One of them is 29 gigabytes. It's a 32 gig card. So that's filling it out. And we see here that we're mounted on the root directory and 9% full. Raspberry Pi OS, sometimes you have to expand the file system if you're using a larger than 8 gigabyte card. In this case, we don't. So we're set up Ubuntu on a Raspberry Pi 4, 8 gigabyte. This particular device we're going to use for Sentinel, another decentralized VPN. And we're going to have a video showing running a hub and running a validator. Also got another upcoming video. We've got a AtmoTube for a Planet Watch token. And we're going to use another Raspberry Pi to install Android and have it interface with the AtmoTube itself. All right, hit that like button, subscribe. I appreciate you watching.